Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. I have my microphone here, and it's purely plutonic between the two of us. I mean, if this microphone's too low, then maybe I have to simulate sex acts with it? Are you serious? What the hell is going on with this guy? For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Donald Trump was at a rally in Milwaukee, and the crowd was chanting at him to fix his mic. I don't know what the sound quality issue was, but he was complaining that he had been on a couple of mics that day, and when he first came in, the mic was too low, and he's like, getting down to the mic, and then he opened his mouth like he's giving it oral sex. It wasn't the mic stand. The mic was in his hand at the time. There's time and places for that. Comedy clubs comes to mind as a time and a place for that. At a rally in Milwaukee, when you're the Republican presidential candidate 3 days before an election, or 4 days before an election, that's not the time. And here's the thing. If you cannot trust this guy to act like a freaking adult and know what's appropriate and inappropriate just before an election, how can you trust him to act appropriately when he's elected? Now, again, for the MAGA cult members, this is perfectly fine. He's just being real and they find it great. Yeah, sure, in a comedy club, if you're doing a stand-up act and you're into crude humor, sure, why not? If you're home alone with friends or something like that, sure, why not? If you were at work and your boss did that in front of you, or the president of the company did that in front of you, what would you say? What would you do? And we're not talking the president, your boss, your manager at work, or your director, or your VP, or your P. We're talking about the president of the freaking United States. One of the most, if not the most powerful position in the entire world. What is going on with Trump's mental health that he thought this was a good idea for entertainment purposes only? Queen of Swords, he's showing you who he is. This is where he is. This is him. Vote for him if you want to. He's showing you everything that he is. His health is declining. His mental, his infinite wisdom is declining. His brain power is declining. And it's just going to continue. It's like, if you thought this was bad, you ain't seen nothing yet. There's more to come. In the past, the Page of Wands, Trump the Great Orator, Trump the Great Messenger, Trump the guy who can read the room, now is berating microphone stands and his crew that puts them together. The message couldn't be clearer and more obvious. 4 days before an election. I record this on Saturday. What time is it? About 7 o'clock at night. The current situation is the Nine of Swords. If this is not Trump, this is his campaign. Can you imagine being his campaign manager, watching him do that, and it's just like, oh, for God's sake, how am I supposed to deal with this? This is like out of a bad comedy movie. And I mean a bad movie that has comedy in it. It's just a nightmare scenario for those who would want Donald Trump to be in power so that they can put Project 2025 into order. Overarching is the star. They've made him the star. They made him the brand. He's the one that's going to get you to the promised land. This is your orange Jesus. Congratulations. How do you like him now? How do you like him now? The lesson to be learned is the Empress. This is the guy that you think is going to carry you to the promised land. It's going to take you to the land of milk and honey. He's going to lead in the new age, the rapture. He's going to bring in the rapture and represent all things that are beautiful and bountiful on this earth. Seriously, the age of Aquarius is not waiting for this guy. Outcome is the Devil. That's because this is who he is. He's always been this person. He's always just the rudest, crudest, most morally corrupt, awful person in the room at any time. It's like it's a competition. There is no low enough that he can't go lower. He can't get cruder. He can't get ruder. He can't be meaner. Just... If he drank beer, he would be... Literally, he would have a shirt on at all times or a tattoo that says, "Here, hold my beer. I can beat this." All right. And this is Melania's husband. You know, Melania who is up here and everybody else is down here type of thing. This is her husband who's down here off the screen. Yeah. Oh, it must be so much fun for her to go out with him to, like, you know, fancy dress parties, or not fancy dress parties. Sorry, that's in the United States. We would think fancy dress is you're getting dressed up to be fancy, not a costume, a formal occasion, you know, pomp, circumstance, and stuff like that. Can you imagine coming in with this guy? It'd be like coming in with Rodney Dangerfield. It's like a Rodney Dangerfield comedy. You get him, you can put him in a tux, but he's still going to be Rodney Dangerfield in that tux. And that's not Rodney Dangerfield, the person. I have no idea. Never met the guy. But the persona that he puts on there. "Oh, hey, what am I doing? I'm dressed up like a penguin. You have any anchovies in there? I'm hungry. This guy's had too many." Anyways, yeah. Spirit saying, "Here he is in all his glory. Have at him." All right. Spiritual lesson from Donald Trump in the microphone. I mean, what else is there to say? What else is there to do? Go out and vote. Vote blue. Bring Kamala in there. But let's look at a four-carder spiritual lesson from Donald Trump in his microphone. Six of coins. In some ways, it's have pity on the guy. He's not mentally well. It could be also that whatever Ronnie Jackson gave him to get up there on the stage, it's that he's not reacting well to it. He's getting more and more immature, more and more crass with it. It would be like somebody who is developing Alzheimer's or dementia, something along those lines, and they're not themselves anymore. The filter, that's what it is. The filter's going. And you're starting to see who Donald Trump is without the filter on. If you can imagine that he actually has a filter. You got the Nine of Coins. There's the Devil card right underneath there. It's not a Trump reading without those. Boy, the Two of Wands has been coming up a lot. This is just, at his core, this is who he is. Spoiled, entitled, lazy, doesn't appreciate what he has. And he's had a lot, but it's all been handed to him, so there's no appreciation with it. And expect more to come. Expect more to come. As he's in a downward spiral. Is he actually normal and he's faking it so that he gets out of his court cases coming up? It's possible. It's possible. But he's showing his ass to everybody now. So even if he was faking it, who's going to want to invite him to their party, knowing that he's capable of such lowbrow, crude, crass behavior? He's just kind of like how Ivanka and Jared were being shunned from high society in New York. Trump, who's been shunned from that, he's not even going to be invited to, like, CPAC. Well, maybe CPAC they might, but there's going to be places that would normally have brought him in and paid him an exorbitant fee. They're not going to do it now because he's just immoral, crass. He's rude, crude, and it's unacceptable. And they'll grab somebody else. So, again, what do we see in the end? He's in a downward spiral. His mental health is declining, and this is just who he is at this time. We'll leave it here. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. This reading is for entertainment purposes only, but I do hope you found it insightful, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.